a college basketball coach who brews his own beer. That isn't something you hear all that often, but in the case of Portland head coach Terry Porter, he's been using those skills to help those in need. For the second straight year, Porter has partnered with Gilgamesh Brewing to make the Terry Porter, and on October 22nd he'll be signing bottles of the beer at the New Seasons Market University Park location in Portland. Proceeds will be donated to the Dornbecher Children's Hospital Foundation, with other items available for signing at the event as well. As noted above, this is not the first time that Porter and Gilgamesh have done this, with their first fundraiser for the Dornbecher taking place in January 2016. We are now less than 4 weeks away from the start of the college basketball season, which means that it is time for us to officially get our picks on the record. Here, our writers pick who we think will win each league, the national title and the major awards: Big Ten Preview, ACC Preview, Atlantic 10 Preview, Mountain West Preview, Perry Ellis All-Stars, Final Four Sleepers, Louisville, Villanova, West Virginia, The Enigma of Miles Bridges, NBC Sports Preseason All-American Team. In his first season as head coach at UMass, Matt McCall inherited a couple players capable of aiding in the rebuilding process in guard Louis Pipkins and forward Rashawn Holloway, and he added a transfer guard in Jalen Brantley. Brantley, who played 2 seasons at Maryland before returning to his home state, was expected to be an immediate factor in the Minutemen rotation this season. Unfortunately, that will not be the case, as it was announced Tuesday that Brantley's career is over after a previously undetected heart ailment was found during a medical exam. UMass has a medical policy in which it administers an electrocardiogram (EKG) test as part of its initial examination of incoming athletes, which is how Brantley's heart ailment was detected. While knowing my basketball career will be over, the fact that I will be able to live a healthy, normal lifestyle does give me peace of mind, Brantley said per the release. This has been a hard process, but I am thankful for the support and guidance of Coach McCall, the medical staff at UMass, my teammates, my mother and my family. It's certainly a difficult diagnosis to receive, but there is so much I want to do in life, and knowing this early will help me in the long term. I thank God that this condition was detected and may have saved my life, and for that, I will be forever grateful. While Brantley's career coming to an end is certainly a negative, it is good for his sake that this situation was detected. Brantley, who transferred to UMass as a graduate student, will remain on scholarship while helping the program in what was termed as a leadership role in the release. As for how Brantley's situation impacts UMass on the court, the team's depth at the point takes a hit, with Pipkins and redshirt freshman Unique McLean being the other available scholarship options. Keon Clergeot, who began his collegiate career at Memphis, will sit out this season per NCAA transfer rules. UCLA received its second verbal commitment in the class of 2018 on Tuesday, as 6'6" shooting guard Jules Bernard announced that he will be a Bruin. Bernard, considered to be a 4-star prospect, joins another perimeter prospect and 4-star guard David Singleton III in Steve Alford's 2018 class to date. Bernard, who averaged 25 points and 12 rebounds per game at the Windward School in Los Angeles, was also a standout for the Compton Magic grassroots program on the Adidas Uprising circuit. This has been a humbling and amazing journey over the last few years, Bernard said in the release. I've been fortunate to have met some special people who have taught me, mentored me, molded me, and guided me. I would like to thank all the college coaches and schools that believed in me, recruited me, and those who put time and effort into getting to know me and my family. I am excited and honored to continue my education and growth as a basketball player in my hometown at UCLA. Bernard's size and versatility makes him a good addition to the UCLA program, which does not lack for young talent on the perimeter. This year's team has 4 freshmen among its perimeter players, including point guard Jalen Hans, shooting guard Leongello Ball, and wings Chris Wilkes and Chris Smith. UCLA also has 3 returnees on the perimeter from last season's Sweet 16 team, junior Aaron Holiday and redshirt sophomores Prince Ale and Alex Olashinsky. Ali, who averaged 3.9 points in just under 12 minutes per game as a freshman, sat out last season after undergoing off-season knee surgery to repair a torn meniscus in his left knee. 5 of the 10 men that were arrested 2 weeks ago as the result of an FBI investigation into corruption in college basketball were arraigned in a courthouse in Lower Manhattan on Tuesday morning and released on $100,000 bond. Merle Code, an Adidas executive that previously worked for Nike's grassroots circuit, and 3 assistant coaches, USC's Tony Bland, Arizona's Emmanuel Book Richardson and Auburn's Chuck Person, appeared before Judge Catherine Parker, according to Zag's blog. Rashawn Michelle, a clothier from Atlanta, was arraigned separately. Oklahoma State assistant coach Lamont Evans and another Adidas executive, Jim Gatto, are expected to appear in court on Thursday. The 5 men that were arraigned on Tuesday now await a November 9 preliminary hearing, where a trial will be scheduled if it is determined that there is enough evidence. Ghetto and Code are accused of helping to funnel $100,000 to the family of former Louisville freshman Brian Bowen to get the player to attend Louisville. Evans, Bland and Person are alleged to have taken bribes to steer players under their influence to specific financial advisors. Richardson is accused of doing the same, while also allegedly funneling $15,000 to the family of Javon Quinterly, a point guard committed to Arizona. This weekend, Quinterly told reporters at a Team USA training camp in Colorado Springs that his family has hired a lawyer. He did not comment on whether or not his family had received money from Richardson. Beginning in September and running up through November 10, the first day of the regular season, College Basketball Talk will be unveiling the $20,172,018 NBCSports.com College Hoops Preview Package. Today, we are previewing the Horizon League. The major conference arms race in college basketball claimed another Horizon League staple this offseason as Valparaiso is leaving the league for the Missouri Valley Conference. While losing the Crusaders is a big blow to a proud Mid-Major league, there is still reason to be optimistic about the conference for this season and beyond. There are a few strong teams at the top of the league with intriguing star power, while 4 head coaches will be in the Horizon for the first time. One of the most scary Mid-Major teams in the country this season will be Oakland. Head coach Greg Camp always has a fair share of talented offensive players in Mid-Major. Transfers and the collection of talent he has in place this year could be great. Returning senior forward Jalen Hayes is a leading Conference Player of the Year candidate, while senior guard Martez Walker put up 17.8 points per game last season. This team also adds a huge transfer in former Illinois guard Kendrick Nunn. A 1,000-point career scorer in the Big Ten, Nunn helps offset the loss of Sharon Dorsey Walker. The Golden Grizzlies had a shocking first-round exit from the Horizon League tourney last season, and they'll be hungry to make the NCAA tournament. If Oakland gets there, nobody will want to play them in the first round. Behind Oakland in the Horizon League pack comes an emerging threat in Northern Kentucky. Making the NCAA tournament in their first full year as a Division I member last season, the North's return Player of the Year candidate Drew McDonald in the front court and Horizon League tournament MVP Lavone Holland in the back court. With 4 returning starters of their own off of a 24-win team, Northern Kentucky should not be taken lightly this season. UIC has been accumulating talent over the past few seasons as the Flames are hoping to stay fully healthy. Former League Freshman of the Year Dikembe Dixon tore his ACL 10 games into the season and missed most of his sophomore campaign as he was putting up huge numbers. The Flames still finished a respectable 711 in the league and returned 4 starters besides Dixon, including the league's reigning Defensive Player of the Year in rim protector Ty Odiaz. Point guard Tarkus Ferguson led the Horizon in assists, while Dominique Matthews and Godwin Bowen are both solid scorers on the wing. Reigning League Freshman of the Year Corey Allen will be the go-to guy for a Detroit team that returns 3 starters of their own. Scoring guard Josh McFawley and forward Gerald Blackshear are 2 more returning starters, while touted freshman point guard Jermaine Jackson Jr. chose to play for his dad, an assistant coach with the Titans. Transfers Cameron Chapman Michigan and Roshan Prince Long Beach State add additional depth for an intriguing team. Wright State was hit hard when Mark Allstork opted to transfer to Illinois, but the senior backcourt group of Justin Mitchell and Grant Benzinger will be among the league's best. The Raiders are hoping that some transfers and redshirts are able to step up. Leading scorer Cameron Morse is back for Youngstown State after back-to-back seasons of over 20 points per game. Senior guard Francisco Santiago is another returning double-figure scorer for the Penguins. Other than that, it will be a lot of new faces for the program as new head coach Jared Calhoun, a former Bob Huggins assistant with DII success, brought in 6 new players. Green Bay has almost an entirely new roster as a league defensive guard Khalil Small is the only returning starter. Marquette transfer Sandy Cohen should help with his addition at semester break, but this team has a lot of question marks. New head coach Dennis Felton inherits 3 returning starters at Cleveland State, but the trio collectively averaged around 21 points per game, so there isn't much notable production. Senior guard Bobby Word is the team's biggest threat. Another new head coach in the Horizon is Pat Baldwin at Milwaukee as the former Northwestern assistant gets back junior Brock Snell, the team's leading scorer and rebounder last season. The Panthers returned 3 starters around Snell, but they only won 11 games last season. Horizon League newcomer IUPUI was added this summer to be a 10th member, and the Jaguars are going to have an adjustment period coming off. of 6 consecutive losing seasons in the Summit League. More 201,718 season preview coverage. Conference previews. Preview schedule realignment moves in IUPUI out. Valparaiso preseason Horizon League Player of the Year Jalen Hayes, Oakland with 9 double-doubles during conference play. The 6'7" redshirt senior is one of the most talented and productive players in the league. The versatile forward put up 15.9 points and 8.0 rebounds per game, but he also has the skill to potentially space the floor a bit more this season. The rest of the preseason Horizon League team. Kendrick Nunn, Oakland. The redshirt senior put up 15.5 points per game at Illinois when he last played in 201,516 and could put up big scoring numbers. Dikembe Dixon, UIC. Although he only played 10 games before an ACL injury, the 6'7" forward was putting up 20.3 points and 6.0 rebounds per game to start his sophomore year. Cameron Morse, Youngstown State. A big-time scorer with 4 career 40-point games, the 6'3" Morse should be one of the nation's leading scorers this season. Drew McDonald, Northern Kentucky. An impressive sophomore season made McDonald one of the league's best as he put up 16.6 points and 7.7 rebounds per game. One Twitter feed to follow at Horizon League. Predicted finish: Oakland, Northern Kentucky, UIC, Detroit, Wright State, Youngstown State, Green Bay, Cleveland State, Milwaukee, IUPUI.